Here.
You can use this for a writing mat. Yeah, right on the back. I got
Enough tension on it, and I did that, and he says it's perfect now, which surprises me that it was that easy.
The best English moniker. Illinois wins it for the Dawes Realm Rider. All right. It's not exactly what you hang on your bike that can be a winner. Steve Brink, of course, for the Bobby. Best bit of kit right here. Reverse that. I don't know how many times. Here's Ron with a beautiful Raleigh Linton Grand Prix.
I'm a huge Raleigh fan. I move a lot of Raleighs. I am just in awe of them. You know, I buy older stuff, and there's a reason for that. You know, the history and those things. And I think that, you know, a lot of that's very, very important. When I take an original bike, a lot of times if I do alter it, I put stuff in Ziploc baggies and I just tag it, mark it, and put it away. You know, only because of the fact is I don't ever want to take anything away from a bike that takes it away from its original character. My loyalties to Raleigh all lie in the fact that when you look at Reynolds, when you look at Sturmey Archer, when you look at all the components, pieces, and parts, very rarely will you ever see a company that's ever put together such a package like Raleigh. If it wasn't for Raleigh and all their parent companies and all their partnerships that they had, there's a lot of great bike companies out there that wouldn't have the reputation that they have if it wasn't for these guys to begin with. I've been on this bike every day. Every day since I've owned it, I've been on this bike. That's how much I enjoy it. So I wanted cork grips, I wanted Velo orange brake levers, only because they're the only good ones left. I try to stay with the aesthetics of it. I could have went with aluminum bars and done all kinds of things, but I wanted steel bars because it, you know, back then everything was steel. They came with Presta valves. Everybody here in America always had Schrader valves. These bike here is, you know, it was way ahead of its time. Not only that, the fact that it's a Reg Harris commemorative model, and Reg Harris being, you know, the Tour de France guru that he was, and then in the 50s he went on to be a spokesman for Raleigh. Wow. And you know, that's why it's got all the Reg Harris decals on there. But you know, there's lots of things about technology from that era to this era, and I just wanted to show that and point that out to everybody. So
we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Take the trail through there. Through that,
No, not at all.
Favorite category is best worthy steed. What this means is the one that gets ridden hard, put away wet.
Wow.
Truth be told, this is not an ugly bike. Christopher, where is Christopher? Here he is.
That bike came from Noel, and I tell you what, I offered to restore this bike for Christopher. I said, Chris, should we tear it down like the Tiger and put fantastic paint on it and all that? And his answer was, Dad, no. I want it just the way Noel gave it to me.
Wow, great.
And we took the seat off because the seat is literally in tatters. And he says, how come I can't have my red and white seat, Dad? And I said, because, Chris, it'll fall apart and you'll be riding the seat stem on the way back.
Best restoration, of course, the Raleigh Lancer, the unobtainium Raleigh that nobody's ever heard of. Here it is.
Beautiful bike.
Okay, best English custom. This is an English bicycle that's been personalized. Your preferences on parts, your preferences on saddle. Generally, these get used because they've been built the way you want. So, no finer example than the Jack Taylor out here, Mark Stonich. I love the way that, you know, some of those parts were just given to you.
The fall fenders, the campy derailleurs, all of that stuff, somebody didn't want it anymore. The Mayfac brakes, the campy wheels, everything. But I paid for the tires.
Excellent job.
Oh, we're going to move on to the best vintage lightweight. We thought and we thought and we thought. We didn't know what to do here because there's some tremendous choices out here. So finally we went with the Hetchins from Justin Anderson. The one that I think you pulled that out at the last minute because it wasn't here earlier. This is the one that means the most. This is Nutter's Choice, of course. This is determined by votes. Mike Muka with your...
Hey, Mike!
He won that by only one vote.
One vote.
One single vote. The candidates for second choice are, second place are the 1963 Raleigh Lenton, the Jack Taylor, the Hetchins, and my favorite, the Raleigh Lancer.
Michael Muka for your Raleigh Clubman again.
Yes. Thank you.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves, and Britons never shall be slaves.
Yeah.